Hi everyone, Kelt here. Well, here are the questions that I was emailed by a viewer, and I'm going to do my best to answer them. I've just had an update on some of the information, so apologies for taking so long to do this. Before I start, I just want to say thanks to Janet D, and here we go. So this viewer emailed me a list of questions that they have, and I'm sure that many of you have asked these same questions. So I'm doing my best to answer them here. 1. Have the Markles repaid taxpayers for Frogmore Cottage renovation? If so, when did they and to whom? My answer to this is I don't think so, but no one knows this for certain. I'm pretty sure that they haven't repaid anything. I don't see how they can afford to repay anything, but more about that again. Number 2 is, what's the status of their lawsuits against the press? Were they dropped? As far as I know, the Markles reached a point whereby Meghan was required to give the court all of her phone texts. It seems that we heard little about the case after that. There was talk that Meghan dropped her case and that the press are not pursuing it yet. But there is now new information that has come through in the past few days. A preliminary hearing on Friday the 24th of April, which will be conducted remotely, will deal with an application by Associated Newspapers to strike out parts of Meghan Markle's case ahead of a full trial of the issues, according to court documents obtained by the PA news agency. As for Harry, his case against the press for phone hacking is still in effect, and it has been said that it could take a year for it to go to court. Number 3. Are British taxpayers still paying for their security? If so, why? They are no longer working royals. In a roundabout way, yes. The British royal family are funded and have been funded by the taxpayers. Prince Charles has given them a lump sum. Many are saying it's for their security and not a penny more. When their 12-month probation is called up, all the finances will be reassessed. So it's not straightforward, but in a roundabout way, we are paying for it. Number 4, how much is Prince Charles giving them? Why? What part of financially independent does he not comprehend? My answer is that I don't believe that Prince Charles is paying them any more money now. There was a cap on what he paid them, and I think they've surpassed that or reached it. And I don't know if he's lending them any money, but I know for sure that he's not paying them anything, that they had a lump sum and that was it. I think it's unlikely that they would be lent any money, as how would they pay it back unless there's some, and this is only guesswork on my part, unless he could possibly be loaning them money with a view to it coming off Prince Harry's future inheritance. But that's just a guess. We don't really know, and I don't think we will know, because that is really quite private information, so we're not likely to know the exact answer to that. It's also been said that Meghan doesn't pay back anything. There have been rumours that she and Harry haven't paid back anything that they owe. So if they've sort of got that reputation, I think it's unlikely that they would be lent any money. But then again, that's just my guess. Number 5, did Meghan register Archie's birth with the US Embassy in London? If not, when he reaches 18, he'll find out that he's not a US citizen and will have to go through a naturalisation process to secure US citizenship, a shortened version of it. My answer is no, it seems she did not register his birth at the US Embassy in London. The fact that he was given no title and the birth certificate was sealed says a lot. Also, the only birth certificate which was shown was a copy which anyone can print out, and it was also missing a lot of important details too. Number 6. Did Meghan actually pay taxes to Uncle Sam while living in the UK? Or is she looking at a huge tax bill of back taxes plus huge fines? I believe she definitely did not pay any taxes to the USA while in the UK. She seems to have not paid for anything. There are rumours which are that she very rarely pays back anything she borrows. So yes, she must be looking at a huge back payment. But now I have to update this because I've since heard that she does not owe taxes to the USA because she made sure that everything was in someone else's name. So it seems as if that's not a problem for her now. Number 7. Why didn't Her Majesty or Prince Charles step up to secure her British citizenship? Did she not want to become British? When exactly did Meghan apply for British citizenship? My answer is, I think Her Majesty and Prince Charles didn't secure it because they possibly foresaw the outcome. Also, as far as I'm aware, Meghan's application for citizenship became invalid when she went, allegedly, to live in Canada. She needs to spend a certain amount of time in the UK, 200 consecutive days, I think, and meet certain requirements, which I think she most certainly must have ruined any chance of by her openly disrespectful comments regarding the royal family. I doubt she could get British citizenship now, even if she tried. She would only want it now in order to retain a title anyway. I don't know when she actually applied for it, but she was trying to get it fast-tracked back in January. Last November she was saying how slow it was after waiting for 2 years, so she probably applied for it before she was married. Number 8. Who is the owner of the estate they stayed on at Vancouver Island? Why would he or she allow them to stay there rent-free? The following helps to answer this question from the Sun newspaper. It is linked to Meghan's school pal, Catherine McPhee, who is married to music producer David Foster. He said yesterday, about 5 or 6 years ago, I helped my friend Yuri rent the house for a short time. I don't know if that was for a week or a month or whatever. The owner is not Yuri, but it is an acquaintance of mine. I cannot disclose his name. So the reason that it was lent to them, there was no deep meaning to it. As far as I understand, it was lent to them purely for advertising purposes. And number 9, how were their British bodyguards, Nanny and Harry, allowed to enter the US after the travel ban against Europeans had already gone into effect? I'll answer these 2 questions together. Question 10 is, where are they? Are they together? Is there an Archie, and where is he? So my answer to questions 9 and 10 is, I have recently had it confirmed that they were in LA long before the borders closed, and also long before it was made public that they were there. And yes, Archie is with them. Meghan went straight there from the Commonwealth Service, and Harry has been there a long time also. And yes, both video calls were from the same place. I suggested previously that the natural light looked too high for Canada at that time of year, and have now had it confirmed that it was in fact LA. The talk about the video call background has left many suggesting that Harry was in Ivy Cottage or Nottingham Cottage. He was not. It is the same place in each video call, agreed. It is in LA, and I have heard that they are flat broke and staying in a very basic dwelling, rent-free, and also very close to Doria, Meghan's mother. The Mel Gibson mansion story is untrue, as far as I know. The recent pictures of Harry wearing probably the same clothes and mask, many saying that they are body doubles and not them, I absolutely believe it to be them. I don't think they are doing themselves any favours, as there are so many questions about their lack of appropriate protection and hygiene. But at least it has drawn attention to the very worthy cause of Angel Foods and their deliveries to people that have special requirements. I will put a link to this in the description. People also were saying that the area, being Burbank, there wouldn't be poor people there that would need food deliveries. The thing is, these food deliveries are to people that are vulnerable. It could be someone who is unwell. So it isn't just people that don't have money, as far as I know. I'll put a link to the Angel Foods in the description. It is rather sad that Meghan still feels the need to promote every piece of clothing that she is wearing, even down to the cheap necklace which she immediately put on her Meghan's Mirror website. Her cameraman is the same one that she has used in the past, and he's the same man who also set up the photos for Meghan's father Thomas in the controversial incident before the wedding, where Thomas Sr. was trying to improve his appearance and his image by setting up the photos before the wedding. Most of us know about that. So Meghan is doing exactly the same thing after judging her father for doing this. And as far as we know, that's the reason she still hasn't seen him. Meghan wants the publicity, it's obvious. Harry does not. Meghan is not doing these things for the right reasons, and Harry's probably just following her lead, but he does have a natural philanthropic heart, and he must hate being dragged around like this. Many are also asking, why are they putting their son at risk by going out like this during a pandemic? Also, Harry has obviously been spending his time surfing the internet and is now claiming that the virus is not that dangerous. It is dangerous for him to say this, regardless of whether it's true or not, because it is said that there are several strains and he's also not an expert. There could be people that would stop taking precautions and could get ill. My guess is that Harry must realise by now that he and Meghan have totally different goals. He really loves Africa and doesn't need nor want the cameras. I was told that Meghan secretly hated Africa, and we know she loves the cameras. He must have had times when he's wanted to leave Meghan to it, and I think he might feel a sense of responsibility for her and thinks he should stick it out until he's helped her make it in Hollywood. That's my thoughts. I can guess that she has told him how she gave up her career for him, and so he feels obligated to get her career, and this is in inverted commas, her alleged career back for her. So what do you think? Let me have your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.